part of Headbangers Ball. This is part one of our coverage of Concrete Foundations Forum 94, coming to you from Los Angeles. Part two coming up next week. And of course, the convention provides a perfect showcase for bands who have new albums coming out in the coming weeks. And one such band is one of the most popular new bands at Headbangers Ball, and that is Dream Theater. And I've got Mike and James with me here in Los Angeles. Their new album, Awake, is out on the 3rd of October. So welcome, you guys. How are you doing?
Good.
Doing great.
Yeah. Good to see you again.
Yes, it's nice to see you. And a little hotter weather than when we were chatting last time.
Standing inside of an oven right now.
You know, we went from a refrigerator to an oven.
We did. That was the Art Shock Festival when we saw you last time. So before we talk about the album, I'd just like your views on the convention. Is it heavy metal heaven or heavy metal hell?
I love it. This is actually my 4th year coming, and it's great because not only is everybody from the industry here, all the record company people and the magazines and radio and all other band members and stuff, you know, and it's a great opportunity for bands to showcase their new material. I mean, so many bands through the years have played here, Alice in Chains, Pantera, Soundgarden. So it's great for the bands with albums coming out, but it's also great for like unsigned bands that come and meet people and make contacts and give out their demo tapes and stuff like that. It's a great thing.
It is, and you're playing here a little bit later on, and we're going to show you some Dream Theater live very shortly, so watch out for that. But I think the first point of talking about the new record is that Kevin Moore has left the band, obviously keyboard player. Could you explain?
No, Mike, no, seriously, take it easy, Mike.
Could you explain, you know, what happened with Kevin? Why has he left?
Actually, he was eating too much of the rider food, so we had to get rid of him. No, it was something that gradually started to emerge over maybe the last year and a half, and he's just been listening to a lot of different styles of music, and he's been influenced by them greatly, and which has taken him away from the band, of the direction that we're going musically. So it was becoming quite apparent to us that, you know, if it kept this way, it would just start to take away from the band than add to it. So it was best that he went his way and we're going our way, and we're right now we're just going to start auditioning keyboard players. We have a temporary keyboard player tonight. He might become the member, who knows, but we're taking our time. We're not making any hasty decisions, and maybe it might be a month from now we have a member, or 6 months down the road. We don't know, but it's all for the best, and we're still friends with him, and we wish him the best.
Good. Well, it's nice to know.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
But I mean, how did that affect the writing and recording of the album if you had somebody that wasn't feeling 100% about what you were doing?
Well, he actually, to be honest, he didn't contribute as much to this album as he has in the past. Right. Not to say his heart wasn't into what went down, because what went down, you know, there's a lot of compromising involved when writing the material. So what ultimately ended up on the album, he's happy with and proud of. But you know, he wasn't contributing like he used to. His heart wasn't into the direction, and he, you know, he lost his passion. And if you don't have that, you know, it's not going to do anybody any good, you know. And he felt it was best for us to step aside and get somebody that will be passionate about the music the way we are.
Of course, that's very, very important. I mean, talking about Dream Theater, in the live environment, you have a lot of like free-form jamming and improvisation, and I think that comes across on this record as well, because there are some passages which is kind of, there's some jazz fusion type things going on, but there's also very heavy parts as well. Would you say that the contrasts are more than on previous efforts?
I always say this, but it's like this album is filled with every contradiction in the book. It's like the heaviest album we've ever done, but at the same time the most dynamic. It's the most progressive album we've ever done, but at the same time the most simplistic. You know, so they sound like contradictions, but it really is just, you know,
orthodox composition.
It's just diverse. You know, I think it's the most complete album we've ever done so far as styles and diversity. It just really is. It runs the gamut. You know.
Well, we'll talk to you guys some more in just a moment, but as we said, Concrete Foundations Forum provides Dream Theater with a fantastic showcase. They're going to be playing live a little bit later on tonight, and you know, first time on Headbangers Ball. You won't see this anywhere else. We're going to show you some new music from Dream Theater, and we'll be back to talk to the guys in a few moments.
Silence disguised, I want you. Show me the heart that haunts you. Would you despise the thrill if all you hide were mine?
Headbangers Ball bringing you an exclusive interview with Dream Theatre. The first time on European television, the guys are talking about their new album, Awake. It's out on the 3rd of October, so watch out for that. I know you already are. Now, you guys, I've got, by the way, Mike and James still with me. You guys are what I would describe as a musician's band, because you are also talented in your own right as musicians. And when you have that talent, do you have to walk a fine line between being kind of self-indulgent and kind of being spontaneous and going with the flow? Is it a temptation to always push yourself as musicians to the limit?
Well, there's a time and place for everything. I mean, for us, through the years, we've realized the importance of a song. And there's, moments where you have to lay down and the song is the most important. There's times, like on the new album, there's an instrumental, so that really gives us a chance to just go nuts. There's really no limits with an instrumental. And live, we have our little improv jam sections and stuff. But there's got to be a balance. You got to be able to write a good song that people can appreciate and incorporate the musicianship into it.
I was just going to say, I think you're aware of what's going on around you at the same time too. And with Dream Theatre, it's really important that we evolve and we grow with each album to album. And so, I mean, you're gonna be aware of being accessible to a wider range of people, but at the same time staying true to yourself, and the priority being that you're giving it your best and you're presenting to people with what you're proud of, musically. Yeah.
Maybe we could talk a little bit about the lyrics as well, James, because are you inspired by the music, or do the lyrics come first? And what sort of topics have you broached on this album?
Well, okay, but with this band, though, everybody contributes to the lyrical writing. Myself, personally, how I go about writing lyrics is I'm influenced by a lot of the literature that I read.
Right.
And obviously, like everyone else, I'm affected by my environment, my surroundings. So I think, that's where I get my inspiration for writing lyrics, and I think it's stuff that happens to you, stuff that you read. It's always constant knowledge.
Your travels around the world?
Oh, that definitely influenced all of us. Even in the musical direction that we went with this album, we were influenced by traveling the world and touring. It just lends itself to more to give.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, do you feel that you took any risks with this album, or do you feel that you didn't really have to, that you had the blueprint and that you could follow on from images and words?
Well, we didn't want to repeat ourselves, of course. No band wants to do that. One thing I keep hearing constantly about this record, the people that have heard it already, they say it sounds nothing at all like Images and Words, but yet it's still totally Dream Theater. And that's important to us, to constantly be able to go in different directions. But, you don't want to do the same thing. You want to constantly grow and incorporate new styles and sounds and stuff,
Okay. Well, so the all-important question, when can we see Dream Theatre touring Europe?
We can't wait.
February,
March.
March, yeah. We'll be over in the UK and in throughout Europe, and we'll be rocking.
Well, you always do. Whenever I've seen you, you're a great live band, and I really enjoy the show. Like I said, we've had so many requests for all your videos on Headbangers Ball. I know that people are really looking forward. So, any final message to end on to viewers out there in Europe?
We didn't do any Beavis and Butthead impersonations this time, and we're not going to.
All right, I'll let you off this time. Okay, so this is Dream Theatre, new album, Awake, out on the 3rd of October. And of course, this is just a preliminary interview, because we're going to catch up with the band lots more. I've heard the record, and I think you've learnt a little bit about it from the guys today. First time on European television. You heard it first on Headbangers Ball. Thank you very much. Good luck. See you again.
See you.
Okay.
And hope it's lovely weather like this.
Oh, this is great.
Yes.
Okay, well, we're just about concluding tonight's edition of Headbangers Ball, and next week we will have part 2 of our coverage from Concrete Foundations Forum, and we're going to be talking to the likes of Warrant, Machine Head, Biohazard, some of your favourite bands coming up next week. But we're going to finish the only way we can, really. We're going to finish with some live performance from Dream Theatre. So I'll leave you with Dream Theatre live. You'll see these guys early in '95, and I'll see you next week for more of the same. Bye-bye for now.
Don't tell me you wanted me. Don't tell me you thought of me. I won't. I swear I won't. I'll try. I swear I'll try. try.